So how do you start a podcast?
I think you just put a song in front of it, like da 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 da.
Someone asked ChatGPT, what's the best way to intro a podcast, right? You're Bobby.
I'm Bobby.
I'm Dipak. So
Okay.
you've got a question for me,
Right,
which is the same
Dipak,
question.
I've got the same question for you. If you took over an organisation tomorrow, what would you do within 100 days to fundamentally change the security posture?
Love it. Right. So some of this is going to be based on that high-level technical understanding. But for me, it's always going to be around knowing what's wrong,
Yeah?
beginning to introduce processes to repair and strengthen against those weaknesses. But the thing that I'm taking away from all of this is that no amount of technological change is going to strengthen the biggest problem, which is culture, education, and people, right?
Agreed.
So I take from advised people that we need to figure out monitoring the systems that we've got. Map out all your endpoints, your devices, your servers, your third parties, what they're doing. Get them all to be compliant to something.
Yeah.
Right? Get all your patches to the right level, get all your vulnerabilities assessed.
Align it with what it should be. Yeah?
There you go. Align the things against the measures you feel
Yeah.
are the minimum requirements, right? So I'm definitely coming this from a more of a broader understanding of the control environment.
Good.
And if you take that, this is about business transformation. Because in there, we're going to have to make sure there's SMEs who can do all those things. But let me take that assumption that I've come to a mature business. Because if they've asked me to come in and give me 100 days, I've only accepted the role because I know that they're capable of making this change. Then the thing that's going to be different, so you've done all that technical stuff, you now know which policies and compliance they're aligned to, where the weaknesses and strengths are. You can look at the business through the policy. So you've got some central CMD-based tool where you can go, right, how good are we at this policy? Oh, you're not that good, you are that good, and you can do it. I've got this much patching to get done. Where are my vulnerabilities? Have you done it all? Have you got anything left? Somebody expert is there. I want a CISO sitting at the table with me. This is the first tick.
Cool.
My CISO sits in front of my CFO. My CISO sits in front of my COO. And in fact, all of them can go sit behind, because for me, cyber threat is number one. The business we run is a technical business that delivers whatever service it is. Right? Whether it's stacking food on shelves, whether it's manufacturing something, whether it's building cars, it's based on technology. So I need to defend all the technology we've got.
And your answer is similar to mine, but just more strategic, more high level, more. And that's the thing, they're very similar, only I'm going into the detail.
Yeah,
but the reality
you're doing a
is you're
specialism.
looking at it from the strategic side, which is also where it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. And the reason I want that strategic change is because I'm hoping that I've got some of your previous Padawans working in my business, so they know the technology, so they're doing that bit. And then I want my CISO to then make sure my leadership team understand their role in technology. Make sure I have risks and objectives in the business that are filtering down through cultural change. Because all that cultural change has to come from there. I want to join the dots. We've got your excited cyber specialists who are trying to bubble up. We've now got a CISO sitting on the leadership team who's now going to join the dots. We've now got daily and weekly, not even, you have to click into this system. It's actually on everybody's meeting agenda.
Yeah.
So I want to physically see that cultural change where risk is the number one thing on everyone's agenda. But within risk, everybody in every department says, what have we done about cultural change? Have we actually got a record of how well people understand their role in cyber threat? Because not everyone's roles is the same.
No. And everyone is completely different.
Absolutely. So by the time I get to day 50, I can see a full program. HR have got their program of cyber threat. The finance team have got the estates team have got it. Every single team, the QAT testing team, everybody's got it. We can measure it, and we've got our own internal policy that we've pushed out to the business. So we've now got external standards, we've got internal standards, we've got third-party reviews happening. We can confidently, assuredly say that we've got the technology in place, the processes in place, and the people have awareness. But that's the baseline. And from then on, it has to get better and better. Onboarding, 80% is cyber threat, 20% is the rest of the easy stuff. Where do you live? Well, we can get that off the dark web. No, we can't. You know, we want your personal details. Yeah, we want your happy, welcome, blah, blah, blah. Love that. But do you understand that you're a vulnerability and I need you not to be?
Yeah.
As blunt as that.
Yeah.
Right? If they walk through the door and they still don't get it, then walk straight back out the door.
Yeah.
You know, your probation's based on a 100-page assessment of cyber threat. I don't care. I want them to show to us that they are not going to be a vulnerability. We've secured all our endpoints. I've got 1,000.
How can someone say, I am not going to be a vulnerability? How can they prove that?
Do you know what? I love that one. I'm not the expert in this. I'm going to find people who want to do something different. I'll ask you. I'll ask my CISO to hire you as the other CISO. Maybe I don't need one CISO.
Yeah.
Maybe I need 3 CISOs.
Yeah.
You know, why do I have more than one financial? I have so many financial experts in the standard business.
You also don't want people to have to try and prove themselves either. You know, am I vulnerable? Oh, I don't want to be vulnerable. But the reality is that, yeah, it is a risk. It is a vulnerability,
risk.
of course.
We secure every endpoint, but yet we don't secure every person. But we may have stumbled into something. We need multiple versions. We have 10 people doing finance. We have 20 people doing HR. We've got one person leading strategy.
I know.
Maybe 2 or 3 people will give a divergence.
Maybe 2 people in the cyber team.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But I think the point that I'm trying to stress here is that the only way to reduce the chunk of that threat is to bring people's knowledge up.
Agreed.
In a measurable and consistent way. I might be looking for a brand new startup company who knows what they're doing, who've got the art of the possible rather than the art of the too difficult.
And some people obviously, even if you're not that interested, this is why we need to make it interesting so that the level goes up.
Yeah.
That's the only way that we engage people. If we don't engage them, it doesn't really go up because nothing goes down. You need to make it to a point of that level of understanding where it's accessible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I will always reflect on many years ago, I worked in a role where the people on the IT desk had no idea what an incident meant. Then I took them to the front. I took them physically to the frontline operation, showed them what frontline operatives were doing with the things that they were doing. Can't get much more detail than that.
What's an incident? What's a problem?
And then suddenly one of them turned around from my team and said, so if I don't do that quickly, then this happens to the person on the street. I went, yep. And they went, oh my God. They never had a problem with that again. So yeah, we need to bespoke it. But by the time I get to day 75, to remember the question you reflected back, by day 75, I need to start seeing evidence that I can measure the level of understanding in the business.
Yeah, like your KPIs and your...
So I want 2 streams of measure. I want the soft measure of people's understanding maturity. I want the hard measure of vulnerabilities of my infrastructure.
Yeah.
And then 75 onwards, I haven't decided yet. I'm going to be cheeky with my answer. In those first 100 days, I've got 75 days of things I want to learn.
Fair.
And then I'm going to have 25 days of deciding what to do to repair them because I want experts around me to help me. I never make a bad decision. I just make bad decisions on bad information. I want good quality information that says that me and the team.
Until you get to that point,
I'm giving myself 25 days off.
Because based on that information is when you decide how you're going to address it, right?
Yeah.
Different, dependent.
Yeah, that's my way of attacking this. 75 days of solid technical and solid cultural understanding. And then we'll create programs of change to make sure that we're going in there. And for that 25 days, I'll grab that finance person, which I've buried in the business now, and say, give me some money.
Yeah.
I've got some changes I want to make.
Nice.
And that's how I'm going to run it.
What if you don't have those people in your organisation who can get you that data or get you that maturity?
Okay, so that's always a good tough one. So look, no matter how big or small a business is, we get somewhere down that 100-day journey in that first 75 days, you discover you don't have the skills or the people.
Or something is...
Yeah, so some of them you're going to answer by giving the opportunity to your internal people, raising the challenge, because some people don't have the skills because they've never been given the opportunity.
True, very
so let's not get away from that transformation internally. Then there is point in time. I'm not necessarily just going to buy a piece of technology to answer it, but I am going to buy an external resource to provide me with that expertise. And I'm not talking about burning time and material about can someone just occupy an empty seat and give me some answers that I generically might be happy with and got a warm fuzzy feeling that someone's in that seat and will talk to me once a month. I'm talking about people that can deliver an outcome, bringing in some resource based on
someone shadowing and experiencing it to build their knowledge as well. So if the resource had to leave, or how would you do it?
I think that comes after. I think if we're dropping in that 100-day analogy question that you've got, I want a business to come in and give me something that takes me from point A to point B as a deliverable.
Yeah.
right? I'm tired of the ancient way of kind of just burning contract resources and just living with them and going, oh, I'm a contractor, but I've been around since 1842. Well, you're not a contractor anymore, you're just occupying spaces. I know it's a bit prickly, but I would rather see a business come in and go, right, here you are, I understand, I hear you, and we together can get to this point, at which point it's up to you what happens to us, but our relationship is good, we've enjoyed each other's company, and maybe we'll meet again, but for now, we took you from journey A to journey B, you've enjoyed that journey, you've enjoyed the outcome, and if you want to come back again, more than welcome to, because we had a positive experience. I'd rather do that in my first 100 days, and then decide whether I need to either bring them in, whether they do some resourcing, or whether they give me enough awareness to start rehiring people slightly differently, or upskilling them. But I don't just want people to sit around and occupy. There's always a journey in the cyber. Results. There's got to be, we're here, we're non-compliant, now we are compliant. Right, now we're compliant, but we don't have enough strong processes, so I need to automate. Right, and then in that time, hopefully, the people in the business are going to join the journey, and I'm going to start seeing some shining stars. And suddenly the same resources are giving me better value. So we'll assess that in that last 25 days, right? But maybe at day 25, somebody does come in. You're quite right. Not guaranteed to have all the skills, but I want an outcome. We've got to have an outcome that we can measure and we can be satisfied with. And it's reduced the risk. It's increased an opportunity. It's not just signed off as a payment and carry on and hope it worked kind of thing. Measurable, sustainable. Somewhere there.
Sounds good to me.
So it's a global issue, but until you actually make it personal to the individual, people don't necessarily relate to it